My daughter is 8 months old. She doesn't speak. She babbles, she coos, she cries, but she does not form words. She is 8 months old. So when the baby monitor on my nightstand crackled at 2 a.m. last Thursday, and a voice came through it, a low adult voice, slow and deliberate, saying my daughter's name, over and over, in the dark of her nursery, I did not move for a full 30 seconds. Because the voice knew her name. And then it said mine. And then it said, I can see you listening. My name is Renee. I'm 29 years old. My daughter Isla is 8 months old, and she is the center of my universe. My husband works night shifts 3 days a week, which means on those nights it is just me and Isla in our house. A fact I had never found frightening until 3 weeks ago. We have a video baby monitor, the kind with a small camera unit in the nursery, and a handheld parent unit that shows both video and plays audio. Good range, reliable signal, the kind of product that gets 5 stars because it simply works, and parents of newborns do not have patience for things that don't work. I have slept with that monitor on my nightstand every night since Isla came home from the hospital. I know its sounds intimately. The white noise machine we run in the nursery, Isla's breathing patterns, the particular quality of her different cries. I know this monitor the way I know my own heartbeat. Thursday night, my husband was on his shift. I had put Isla down at 7:30 p.m., done the dishes, watched an hour of television, and gone to bed around 10. I fell asleep quickly, the particular fast collapse of a new parent whose body treats every opportunity for sleep as urgent. The monitor woke me at 2:07 a.m., not with crying, not with Isla's sounds at all, with a voice. It was low, measured, coming through the monitor speaker with that slight audio compression that wireless transmission creates, close but filtered, the way voices sound through a phone or a wall. I was not fully awake when I first heard it, and for 2 or 3 seconds I processed it as part of a dream. Then the word resolved into clarity. Isla, my daughter's name, spoken slowly with a pause between each syllable. Isla, Isla. I opened my eyes. The monitor screen showed the nursery in night vision, that pale green-gray image of the crib, the mobile above it, the white noise machine on the dresser. Isla was in the crib, on her back, asleep. The voice was not coming from her. It was coming from somewhere else in the nursery. Somewhere the camera couldn't see the corner behind the door, or the area beside the dresser, outside the camera's fixed angle. Isla, Isla. I sat up. My hand went to my phone on the other side of the nightstand. Automatic, the way your body moves toward tools when your mind is still catching up. Then the voice said my name. Renee. Not shouted, not whispered, just said, in the same low measured tone, as if reading it from a list. I did not move. I did not breathe. And then, and this is the part that broke something fundamental in how I understand the world, the voice said, I can see you listening. What I did in the next 30 seconds was not brave. I want to be clear about that. I have thought about it since, and I understand why I did it. But it was not brave. It was the specific animal panic of a mother whose child is in a room with something wrong. I got up. I went to the nursery. The room was empty. Isla was asleep in her crib, breathing the slow, deep breath of an untroubled 8-month-old. The white noise machine hummed. The nightlight cast its soft orange glow. Every corner visible. Nothing behind the door, nothing beside the dresser. Empty. I stood there for several minutes. I checked the window locked, screen intact. I checked the closet coats, the folded spare stroller, nothing else. I picked Isla up and held her and stood in the middle of the nursery and tried to understand what had just happened. She slept through all of it. I brought her to my bed and called my husband. He left work immediately. By the time he arrived home, I had managed to partially convince myself I had dreamed it a half-sleep hallucination, the kind sleep-deprived parents are genuinely prone to. Then my husband checked the monitor. The monitor we have keeps a rolling 12-hour audio log. A feature I had honestly forgotten existed. It's buried in the settings menu, and I had set it up in the early weeks and never thought about again. My husband pulled up the log from Thursday night. The voice was there, clear, captured, exactly as I had heard it. Isla's name, my name, I can see you listening. And then something I had not heard in the nursery, because by that point I was already out of bed and moving something that came after. 30 seconds after those words, while I was presumably walking down the hallway, a sound that my husband and I listened to 3 times before we agreed on what it was. Breathing, close to the monitor's microphone. Very close, as if a mouth was near the speaker grill of the nursery camera unit. Breathing with the slow, deliberate rhythm of someone choosing to be heard. And then a soft sound movement. The light shift of weight on the nursery floorboards and silence. Whatever had been in that room had been there while I was walking toward it, and had gone before I arrived. We called the police. They came. They searched. They found what I had found: nothing. No signs of entry. No evidence of anyone having been in the nursery. But the officer who took the audio recording was thorough. She sent it for analysis. The analysis confirmed what we could hear with our own ears. A human voice, adult, likely male based on the frequency range. Speaking in a normal indoor volume, not a whisper, not raised. The kind of volume you use when you are comfortable, when you are not afraid of being heard. The analysis also found something we had not noticed on our own. In the background of the recording, barely audible beneath the white noise machine, and the voice a second sound. Rhythmic, mechanical, faint. The technician identified it as the sound of a camera shutter. Something in my daughter's nursery had been taking photographs. We moved out of the house the following day. We are staying with my parents while the investigation continues. The police have been through every inch of the nursery and found no hidden camera, no recording device, no installed equipment of any kind. What they did find after a very thorough inspection that I had not thought to do myself was that our baby monitor had been accessed. Our monitor operates on a Wi-Fi network. The camera unit connects through our home router and can be accessed remotely through a companion app, a feature designed so that parents can check on their baby from another room or from outside the home. Someone had our network password. Someone had downloaded the companion app and registered our monitor to their account. Someone had, from wherever they were, a car outside, a house nearby, anywhere with an internet connection, been watching my daughter sleep through our own monitor for an unknown period of time. And on Thursday night, using the two-way audio feature I had not known the monitor possessed, they had decided to let me know. The police are investigating. They have our router logs, our network access history. They are working to identify the device that accessed our monitor. I check the door locks 3 times every night now. I have deleted every smart home device from our network. I have replaced the baby monitor with a simple audio-only unit with 0 wireless capability. Isla sleeps in our room now, in a crib beside our bed. I listen to her breathe, and I am grateful for every ordinary sound she makes. But I lie awake in the dark and I think about those words. I can see you listening. Not I can hear you. Not I know you're awake. I can see you. They were watching through the monitor. They could see my bedroom. They could see me sitting up in bed with the monitor in my hand. They watched me listening to them. And I think about how long they had been watching before that night. How many nights I had slept peacefully in front of that camera, while someone sat somewhere looking at the feed, watching Isla sleep, watching me sleep, waiting for the night they decided to say hello.